Hey, this is Sandy.
And Randy.
And we're here on AT Corner.
Being an athletic trainer comes with ups and downs, and we're here to showcase them all.
Join us as we share our world in sports medicine.
Welcome back to another episode of AT Corner. For this week's episode, if you have experienced burnout, or if you have a colleague or a friend that might be experiencing burnout, this might be the perfect episode for you.
Or if you're one of the 4% who I asked if you had burnout and you said no, this is also for you.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Literally the first question I asked on our Instagram story was, have you ever felt burnt out as a clinician? And 96% of our listeners or whoever follows us said yes.
Ooh, that's interesting. I feel
Out
like
of
that's
a
alarming.
couple hundred athletic trainers, 96% said yes. I was totally not expecting that.
I feel like that's got to be alarming. I wonder how that compares to other healthcare.
But honestly, here's the thing. As soon as I saw that, I completely shifted how we're going to do this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me realize that it's not necessarily about avoiding burnout. It's more about coping with burnout.
Ooh, and I think we did do an episode that talked about that.
We did, but it was like 200 episodes ago.
Honestly, yeah, that's crazy that it was that long.
So I didn't realize this, but this is actually a listener request from Page C. She said, as a student about to become certified, can you talk about avoiding burnout and give resources to aid in not burning out? So I was like, yeah, we've done some episodes on burnout. Mm-hmm. I went back through our archive. Episode 53 and 54. That was like so long ago.
Yes.
So it is definitely time to update these topics now. That if you do go back and look at those episodes, one of them has Erica Marcano, mm-hmm. who is a burnout superstar. Mm-hmm. She's the one who really got us involved and started in the whole burnout space. She is such a great resource. Mm-hmm. Her page, Notorious ATC. I know we talk about her all the time because we just love and adore everything mm-hmm. she's doing for the profession. But she has a lot of stuff on burnout that is very applicable and palatable for athletic trainers. So we are going to try to do our due diligence and do this topic justice. We're going to be talking about prevalence in burnout, length of burnout, how you notice burnout in yourself or others, how to prevent burnout, how to get out of burnout, and then also ways to keep work-life balance.
Ooh, that's good.
So like I said, the first thing I asked was, have you ever felt burnt out? And I was actually going to turn this question to you, Randy. Have you ever felt burnt out?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
And so have I. And I think also the reason why this episode has taken so long to put out is because I am currently burnt out. And so I think this will be a good back and forth. Mm-hmm. Also getting the, different stages.
Different stages. Yes, the progression.
Yeah. I asked people how long their burnout lasted because I don't really see a lot on this.
Yeah.
And
I feel like people just talk about you're burnt out.
They do. They do. And I got some very different answers. I got some people saying as little as like 2 weeks, which was a little surprising to me. Some people saying like 2 years. Michai K says 2 to 3 months. Ooh. I had to make a job change. I'm still an AT, but in a different setting. I went from outpatient clinic to high school. I'm still currently at the same high school and loving it. About to wrap up my third year here.
That's awesome. That's cool.
And I think the biggest thing that I want to take away from all of that is remembering that burnout's temporary. Mm-hmm. And there are things that you can do to change it. And although sometimes it does take like a job change, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes a perspective change. Sometimes it takes something else. And we're going to talk about all that. Another surprising thing that I got putting together this episode was I asked on our Instagram stories, are you worried that you will be burnt out eventually? And 89% said yes.
Oh, no.
11% said no, which I think that wouldn't have been surprising in general, but I think having this statistic of the people in our little community versus like right after the first question, I want to know what the change is of the people. Like, obviously, there were more people who said they've felt burnt out.
Yeah.
And then less people who've been worried about it, which I'm wondering if that means that people have been burnt out and then they recognize like, hey, this is just part of our career and we will work through it.
Yeah.
Or if they took it completely different and thought like, do you think that you'll be burnt out and then like done? Like, you know, which if that's the case, like that's a very high number, which is concerning. But yeah, this is not a randomized control trial, so like take it with a grain of salt. Take what you will. But I just thought it was like interesting to see how high of a number that was, but not as high as the first one.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
Do you remember what caused your burnout, Randy?
It was kind of the work environment. It just wasn't a really good work environment. Very difficult coach. Very unsupportive, administration. So it just kind of led up to and long days too. You pair
Very
all that
long
together with
days.
then you're doing it for 60 hours a week.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that one was really tough. Like, yeah, I mean, there were days I didn't want to get out of bed. And I love athletic training.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what it felt like for me. So I do remember that.
You want to read the one from Abi C and then the anonymous one? Because they talk about how I asked what you think might cause your burnout, and these are very similar to what you're saying.
So Abby says, a workplace that has high expectations of you, but doesn't allow you access to the resources that you need to complete the expectations assigned to you. Yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
And then Anonymous says, overworking, terrible hours, not enough compensation for the time worked. Yeah, that's true. When I calculated my hourly wage, it was below minimum, federal minimum. So that's telling you how low it is.
I feel like this was so easily pointed towards like the outside factors and the the work environment. But I also put in this one from Ely G because I feel like it also kind of gives the opposite. She says, as ATs, we naturally take care of everyone around us, but sometimes forget to take care of ourselves. And if we don't take care of ourselves, we are not our best selves when we are at work.
That's true. I mean, it is like just the nature of our job. Like everyone who comes in is complaining.
It really is.
Like not to make it sound like that, but like it's true, right? Like they're not coming in just to say, I mean, very rarely is someone just coming in and say, hi, hey, my day's going great. No, it's, hey, this hurts. Oh, it hurts when I do this. I don't feel good today. All right. And like that could get emotionally draining after a while because you constantly have to care for that. So I could see how like that, just that kind of statement, like we naturally just take care of everyone. And when everyone just constantly is complaining, which again, it's not like they're complaining. They're just.
That's why we asked them to come in.
Yeah. So it does take a lot of energy to be caring for everybody.
Mm-hmm. But I also like the piece that like if we don't take care of ourselves, and I can't help obviously because Enneagram is one of my favorite topics. If you are not familiar with the Enneagram, check out two of our last episodes of season 5.
Yeah.
But you can really it's like personality, but it's not outward personality. It's like what motivates you. Obviously, I can't help but relate it to this because I feel like people experience burnout in different ways, and how your personality is like might be the cause of your burnout, and how your personality is how you get out of that as well. We do talk about that in those episodes, so make sure you check those out. But this also just reminds me because I feel like for an Enneagram 2 who is such a helper and such a giver and someone who puts everyone else before themselves, like this can really resonate. But it also resonates I use this for my Enneagram 3s who are the achievers and the like climb the ladder. They do things for like a purpose. And if you reframe it to like, you have to take care of yourself because you can't be there for others. Like you will be better if you take care of yourself. Like that is how you get through to them. Same thing as twos. Like the people who you're helping will be better off if you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
When you were burnt out, Randy, I don't know if you remember this. Have you been burnt out more than one? I remember like the big giant like burnout, but like just like some lulls in your career.
I think like just normal kind of like the season needs to finish up now.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I think there's normal times where it's just kind of a lot, and you're just like, okay.
I think it goes back to like you just can't always give 100%.
Yeah.
You have to give 100% of your current state.
Yeah, but I think those are like, again, I wouldn't necessarily feel like, oh, feel like burnt out. I would just feel like it's just a tired time. Like, okay, it's getting fatiguing right now.
Right.
Because I think that does happen throughout the year, especially if you have multiple teams, because then like it's just, especially like mine's a unique situation because like I have teams from fall, winter, and spring, whereas like a lot of my colleagues just have fall and spring. So like their winter is kind of like really down, whereas that's actually a big time for me because that's basketball. So like I feel like I go from August to like May, whereas I feel like for like like teams that are fall, spring, like you kind of at least get a break in the middle, I feel like, whereas I don't. So sometimes it does get like not exhausted, but fatiguing because you're like, where was my break?
Right.
I went from one season to the next. So like similar to like the high school, right? You have a million teams and a million athletes. Just
no off season.
All year. Yeah, no off season. So like it's kind of like that kind of idea.
When you noticed your burnout, like either a lull or like the big obvious burnout, and I think it's good to like differentiate between the two. I mean, not differentiate, more like include the two because I think they're important. Like if you would have had, honestly, I couldn't have done this episode probably like a couple weeks ago because like my burnout even from a couple weeks ago was so different than like how I'm feeling now.
Yeah.
So like when you've been burnt out in general, like big burnout or just like lulls, did you know right away or did you notice like during or after?
Well, the big one, I probably didn't notice it right away. It was probably closer to later. But I mean, obviously I recognize it because that's why I was like, we need to get out of this place.
Right.
But yeah, mostly later. The big lulls, it doesn't feel too bad because there's like a light, like you know where the relief is, and now because we took Erica's course too, like we can manage energy better to get you out of that situation. So that helps with like the lulls.
Most people notice burnout later. They didn't notice right away, but it was pretty close. 54% said they noticed burnout later. 46% said they noticed burnout right away.
Interesting. That is interesting.
So I asked people what they first notice. I thought this one was so interesting. Jordyn R says, I didn't recognize it coming until I cried in the office because I hated every part of the day coming up and I just wanted to go home. My coworker said I was burnt out and it was a oh shit moment.
Well, especially if you've never been told that.
Right.
That is kind of, because it is scary.
Yeah.
Because like you feel like burnout is associated with like getting out of the profession, I feel like, or making a big life change.
Right.
So I get that being scary.
I think that is so important to recognize. Like I think it's so easy for us to go into like the all or nothing thinking.
Yeah.
But you can be burnt out and still not quit your job.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Again, it goes back to kind of managing the energy, your energy and stuff.
Right. I really think I get burnt out every spring.
Well, yeah, because it's not football.
Yeah, but I think it's like, for me personally, I think it's like the go, 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 and then like the lack of responsibility in the spring that feels like I'm just like I don't have a piece that's mine. It feels like it's just like I'm helping everyone else. And that's like not my
That's not you.
strong point.
Yeah.
So I think it's like the adrenaline dump and the like lack of like a clear, undervalued kind of feeling.
Yeah, that's hard. The undervalued part's really hard.
Yeah. Whereas like I feel like it's like so exciting in the fall and then it's just like a wah, wah.
Yeah.
Do we have that
Yes,
sound?
we do. I believe it's this one.
There you go. Look at that.
That is what it feels like.
I also asked if you've ever worked with a coworker who was burnt out. 84% said yes and 16% said no.
I'm in the yes category.
How have you noticed? And did you notice before they did, like Jordyn R?
I probably did. I don't know. I don't know how, like, it's just like their demeanor and they're just like how they feel about the day, how they talk about the day.
Yeah.
Just very negative. And it's just like, what makes it worse is the ones that I've noticed it in is the younger ATs, like the newly certified. And I'm like, that's really hard to be newly certified, like your first job, and this is what you're experiencing. Especially because I've been there, so like I feel for them, and I want to try and help them as much as I can because it really sucks to see a new certified go through that. Because I want them to know it's not like this everywhere.
Better.
Yeah, it does actually get better.
better.
Like you already have to deal with the stress of that you're new, and like you're just trying to figure things out.
Being new sucks.
But now you're also in just like an environment that you've gotten burnt out. So now you add that onto, hey, you're new and already stressed. Yeah. And I just try to remind them, it does get better.
Yes.
It actually gets a lot easier.
Like, yeah, it really, really does. And then you get excited about things. And then,
yeah.
Austin says, overwhelmed/fatigued for a week plus constantly. Can't feel like you can catch up or see the light at the end of the tunnel, season, year, etc.
Yeah, that's a good one. I
feel like the lack of end of the tunnel is huge.
It's huge, yeah. Because if you have something that you can focus on, like, okay.
And we do talk about that. That's one of the coping.
Yeah. Like we can get there.
Right.
And that's why you got to break your season up a little bit and be like, oh, dude, I just need basketball to end. If basketball ends, we'll be all right.
Bianca A says, dreading getting out of bed in the morning or not looking forward to work at all.
Yeah, I feel that.
That was really common. I felt like not looking forward to work. We'll talk about that a little bit more soon, but
yeah,
it's just so sucky.
Yeah, it is.
It just doesn't feel good.
I mean, you have to spend 8, and in some settings, 8
More.
plus hours at that place. So,
yeah, I think that it's important to note, like, currently I am working 40 hours or less if I take comp time a week. And you can still get burnt out.
no, it's true. Yeah.
It's not
A workload thing sometimes.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. It's not like, don't feel bad if you're like, oh, but I'm not working 12 hours a day.
Yeah. There's more to it than just total workload. I mean, again,
Right.
that tends to be what a lot of people experience, but also I think it's to value, like how valued do you feel? Because like it'd probably be different if you put in 60-hour work week, but everyone valued everything you did. That might actually make it a little bit easier, whether it's compensation for it, just the atmosphere around you, compared to 60 hours of you not feeling good enough anyways.
Of everyone hating you. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That would be bye.
Yeah, right? So I think that too, like you said, it does make a difference. Like you said, like the spring doesn't match your strength. So
Right.
like that
It's
really
hard
hurts.
to, yeah. Anonymous. This one I literally was waiting for someone to message us this. So I was so excited when we got it because I think it's such an important piece. I've kind of been dancing around it until we got to this. So go ahead and read it.
So Anonymous says, I've noticed burnout and depression have similar characteristics. lack of motivation, constantly feeling tired, lack of doing for yourself. I think I'm honestly in my longest burnout period right now. For me, it comes in waves, but I still show up to work with a smile on my face, do my job just as I would a regular day, but go home and do nothing because I'm so exhausted. Usually going to the gym gets me out of my burnout, but even then, sometimes that feels like too much of a task. Yeah?
All the things, and we're going to talk about, like, next we're going to talk about, like, burnout symptoms.
Yeah.
But I put this first because I want that lens of, like, they are very similar.
Yeah.
How do you tell the difference, and how do you cope is a little nuanced, but I really don't think they are too far sometimes.
Well, I was gonna say, what if burnout's more kind of on the spectrum of depression? What if it's the gateway to, like, hey, that's the leading, like a stress reaction to stress fracture?
I feel like when I've been depressed, it was like I couldn't enjoy anything in my life, and I how I noticed was like I would eat my favorite foods, and like
Bleh.
I couldn't like taste them. Like
Yeah.
it was like they weren't hitting. You know when you like really want a cinnamon roll and then like you eat it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Yes, all
like,
the time.
That was not there for me. And like doing all my favorite things, like I love playing board games. We would play a board game and like
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just didn't hit.
Whereas I feel like right now, like I could be super burnt out at work and like I can still come home and get excited about things at home.
Yeah.
And I think that for me is a little bit, well, it's
Different.
a lot of bit different. But I do feel like they are very similar. I think that it's almost like the personality thing, like the motivations, whereas like someone can have a very similar personality, but like why they do things is different. It's like what, like depression, like why can't you get out of bed versus like burnout, why can't you get out of bed is more like, well, because getting out of bed is getting to work and you don't want to go to work.
Yeah. So I want to stay in bed.
Right. I think the thing that I want to target on this that is so hard and specific is Anonymous says, usually going to the gym gets me out of my burnout, but even sometimes that feels too much of a task.
Yeah.
And that I think is the hardest cycle is like, even if you know what to do to get yourself out of burnout, like
sometimes that's that you have to do it though.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Like how you need to sleep, you need to eat, but like
There's only 24
your body
hours in a
hates
day.
sleeping, and then you're like you don't want to make food, you know, and then you just eat like crappy, like,
And then you feel crappy.
yeah, it's just such a cycle.
Well, again, you only have 24 hours in a day.
Right.
And if you're working more than 8 hours, now you're starting to take chunks into other parts of your life.
Right. What does your burnout look like? How do you describe your burnout?
Well, that one, it was probably the dreading going to work.
That was our top answer by far. Dreading going to work, not excited about work. Like the amount of messages that I got that people were literally like all caps dreading going to work.
Yeah.
I've been there. I'm not there right now, but like I have been there, and that is
It sucks.
literally like so bad.
Yeah, it sucks. It's a pretty crappy feeling.
Yeah. Even a job that you've loved. Like I'm in my dream job, and like you can get burnt out in your dream job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think that's okay. I think it's a part of, again, like I think we have to normalize it a little bit so that we understand it's temporary. We understand we can get out of it.
Yeah.
If we were just all rainbows and fairies all the time, like I think that's not realistic.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Jordyn R says, I usually get energy from working. Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that one. And then probably like one when there's like a lull is like getting a little short with athletes. Just mildly annoyed. A little bit easier than normal.
Yeah, we have that one too. Jordyn R says, I usually get energy from working with my athletes and look forward / get inspired by certain cases and practices. But when I can't get inspired or excited and I hit this, I just don't. I want to quit mentality.
Yeah. Okay, all done.
All done. That's like, have you ever felt that feeling where you like go to a conference and someone's talking about a topic and it just like invigorates you?
Yeah.
That is such a good feeling.
Yeah, it is.
And I think when you haven't had that feeling for a while, like
Sucks.
it makes you question if you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Apathetic / no motivation was the second most. I'm going to go in order of like most popular answers to not. Apathetic, no motivation. Not caring about being on time. Jaclyn E, who actually we met at NATA. You guys might know her as on Instagram at JME_ATC. I remember like she gave us the coolest AT mom sticker. It says AT mom. And I love that. I feel like so many things go against ATs being moms.
Yeah.
And like, just like, boom, AT mom. Like that's the thing. I love that so much.
I think it deserves that.
It definitely does. Anyway, you want to read hers?
Yeah, Jaclyn says, not caring about the quality of care if it wasn't an emergency. Short with my athletes, isolating myself from coworkers, sat in my car till the very last minute of going in, major fatigue, angry, paranoid.
Dude, the not caring about being on time, like there was a job that I literally could not bring myself. Like I'm an on time, like exactly on time. Like I used to be early, but like I hate being late. Like just like exactly on time. That's where I'm at. And like there was a job that I could not bring myself to be on time.
Well, I mean, I think you can give yourself a little grace in like it was a far commute, and sometimes
like,
that is hard.
But like all it would have taken is like leaving 5 or 7 minutes earlier. But like I
I get it.
Like I did not want to be at that place.
Yeah, no, I get it. Sometimes those long commutes though, well, also having to do a long commute.
Yeah.
Like, there's no motivation to sit in your car for that long.
Yeah, just like the prioritization. So like some random thing, not caring, like the task, like just getting it done, like not even caring about the quality. Like, you know, sitting in your car is that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Tired and exhausted is another common one. Depressed, wouldn't want to get out of bed. Also the mental exhaustion people talked about, because it's more than just physical.
Oh, absolutely.
Poor focus and zoning out, just going through the motions, which is such a sucky feeling.
Yeah.
I think the difference there too, like, I didn't expect to like sprinkle in some depression, but like I feel like when I was dealing with some like depression stuff, it was like feeling like slow motion versus like sometimes just going through the motions and just like getting through it. Like those kind of differed for me.
You know, like, sorry, this might be the opposite of burnout, but this has come up twice in the past 2 weeks. I've had the same athlete tell me, he's like, dude, you're in like your flow state right now. Because like
that is the opposite of burnout.
Yeah, because like the room's been busy, so like, and then like
do this,
yeah, and then like last week I didn't have like my immersive student, so like it was just me, so like I had to do a lot of that, and he was like, dude, you're just in a flow state right now. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, it's just
I love that.
I know, I was like, I don't know, it just has to, it's just how it is.
Less effort, not willing to go the extra mile. We talked about that. A lot of people submitted emotional
kind of symptoms.
Yeah, where like the most was frustration and irritability, like being short. We got some anxious, some lack of empathy, and some overwhelmed. You want to read Sarah Wise?
Yeah, so Sarah says, I get really short-tempered. I become much less tolerant of things I normally let roll off my back. Coaches forgetting to text me changes, athletes not doing rehab or coming in for treatments.
Like things that have like literally been the same the entire time, but you respond differently.
But now it really just pisses you off.
You're like, that's it. That's the straw.
I also tend to sleep more and turn to comfort shows at home so that I can just dissociate. The hardest part is hearing the same thing in the spring and fall and them affecting you different ways. Like, I'm going to help you treat your patellofemoral syndrome, but I'm going to be more cranky about it in the spring. That's fair. I just wish my rehab plans could come with a disclaimer like it's spring sports season and your AT is tired. Just do the rehab. I feel like just being able to get away for a minute and spend time with friends and family or my cats help me feel better too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the sucky part is like when it affects you so much that it's hard to enjoy the things outside.
Yeah.
That's sucky.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I do give a disclaimer to my athletes. Like, you're out of season. You are not getting the same Sandra. And all the new guys, I'm like, listen, I promise. You will get my full attention in the fall. Right now, you're not getting my full attention.
Well, I mean, it's hard when you have multiple sports.
Right.
Right. And multiple athletes. Like, it just, you can't, it's just physically impossible to be there 100% of the time for everybody.
Right. And I think you have to. Like, the way that at least my jobs have always been structured is like fall is like 6 days a week grind. And then like, no, it's not hell. I actually really enjoy it. But like you do a lot, you're working a lot. And then like spring is like, normal load. And then summer's like lighter load. And then it goes back. So like, it's like
it's a cycle.
Yeah. I can't imagine someone who does like the 9 to 5 every single day, every day. Like I really don't. Like, I mean, maybe it's for some people, but how do you see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah. See, that's like, again, I don't have the cycle part. I feel like my year's just a constant level.
See, that's what I'm talking about. How do you just have a constant?
I mean, within the constant, there's changes because of the different seasons, but like, there's not like a really down time until the summer.
We used to have a downtime. We don't. No. Like I say, the summer's light. It's been getting busy lately, and then there's fewer of us, and then
But also too, like I feel like from my standpoint, it's like that's like my own doing because it's like I need them to come in the summer because if we can get ahead of things, it makes fall better. Like if you just come in and like take care of yourself in the summer, fall will be less like detrimental for the athlete. So again, sometimes it's like your own doing because you're like, you want them in there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they're coming in during summer. You're like, I'm glad you're in here, but damn it.
I do try to reframe it. Like when it's so busy, I'm like, I'm so glad that these people feel like they have a space to come, and I'm glad that they feel comfortable coming to me when they are injured.
Yes. I'm glad they are utilizing what is available to them.
Yes.
And hopefully, again, it makes the fall or their sports season better.
So a couple more of these, what people's burnouts look like. Affecting work relationships. So like less engagement with athletes, having an attitude when dealing with athletes, less capacity for dealing with them.
Less capacity.
Do you want to read Sienna S's?
Yeah, Sienna says, feeling stressed about even showing up to work. Like the thought of walking into my room and knowing someone will walk in 3 minutes later just bugs me. That's how I know I need to take time for myself because I should not be dreading my athletes coming in even to say hi. Not to mention the not caring about anything part. Because imagine having no energy to take care of yourself and yet you are expected to take care of other people.
Yeah.
I do have to say that is mildly annoying though. Like when you're walking to your door and someone immediately walks up to you, it's like, dog.
And you're like, I
haven't even put down my bag. The door's actually not even open yet. Like, I get that. I get that being very, very annoying.
Yes.
Because you want to like start your day. Like, let me get settled.
Right. No, I definitely feel that. Like we have a hallway before they even see us. And so like when I'm like really grumpy and like I hear people walking down the hallway, I'm like, oh no. Like just like maybe they'll turn
no.
around. Maybe they'll turn around. Maybe like I don't have the capacity right now.
Yeah,
And I'm
man.
like, hi, what do you need?
Yeah, man. That one gets me when I'm like walking to my door. My bag's still on my back. And someone walks up like, dog, do you think now's the time? And then they start not even high. Don't even give me the high. They just start telling me, hey,
I
my
need it.
shoulder. I know. Bro, like, the door's not even open, man.
Yeah.
I got to set up like practice. Like, no, bro. Ooh, I should put a sign on the door. If it's like the first 10 minutes, I'm doing something else.
Yeah. Looking for an escape, thinking of leaving, applying for new jobs, feeling stuck. The next one, never feeling well rested or hard to wake up. Sadie S says, being at home and still thinking about work / criticizing how the day went or what I should have done. At the end of the day, I know I do well at my job. I'm appreciated by my athletes and still love what I do. But I'm learning to ignore those intrusive imposter syndrome or overly self-critical thoughts.
Ooh, that's fair.
It's like when you try to get away from work and work can't get away from you.
That's true.
Not wanting to do anything at home. Everything feels like a chore, even the fun things. And then some people even said physical symptoms. So like sick, lowered immune system from the stress, survival mode, no appetite.
Dang.
So now that we kind of like know how people's burnout shows up, I more want to get into how to prevent that in the first place. Like
injury prevention.
Yes. Yes. And I think like we talk about with any injury, and then when we talk about the prevention part of it, like it's going to be specific to you. So like if something causes your burnout, then that's most likely what's going to be your need for prevention in the first place.
Yeah.
This one's not quite as long because most people I feel like kind of said the same thing.
Yeah.
Definitely staying firm with your boundaries was top answer. Saying no, don't overcommit.
I think that one's a big one. The boundaries.
Yes. I think I don't know where I might have put it at the end, but I'll talk about it again probably, but I want to put a little star on the saying no because I was talking to Sports Medicine Broadcast about this on one of our posts, and he said that he was talking to someone about staying involved in the profession and how that really helps prevent burnout. And it really got me thinking because it really is true. Like, yes, you need to not overcommit yourself, but also on the opposite spectrum, you can't be so not involved that it leads you to not care about anything.
Yeah.
So like one of the answers we got or actually a couple of the answers, one of the lower answers, what are some ways you prevent burnout? Some people said like truly treating it like a job. And like I do think that to an extent.
Yeah.
But I think that can be nuanced. Like
Yeah.
the more you are involved, the more you feel connected, the more it's harder to not get excited about, right? That's what invigorates you, right?
Yeah.
So I think like finding that balance, like don't say yes to so many things that it's overwhelming you, but also still try to stay involved.
Yes.
In at least one project that like this is what's fueling you.
Well, I think that's important because like I think if people feel connected to what they're doing, they feel more valued, right? And they actually like are invested now in what's happening. And that's what people like, at least like some people want. They want to have a piece of the pie. They want to feel like they're contributing.
Right.
I mean, that's the one thing that I've noticed as kind of like as a manager, as a supervisor, that like I thought that was huge and made the workplace better for people. It's like if you're involved in the process of how we run our organization, you're going to care about the organization more than just like, hey, we're doing this, go do that.
Think about like renting versus owning a home. Like you're going to take care of it so much more if you own it.
Yeah. Right. So like if you feel like, oh, like I've contributed to this, like it means a little bit more. So I get that.
Another one that I think it's the second most popular one, but I again think it's a little bit nuanced. And we've talked about this before on the podcast, but taking time off when you can. I'm putting a big star on this one because I think that getting time off doesn't necessarily equal 100% better. I think it's important to take time away, but I think that you need to, as I think the author, her name was Emily, and I reach out to me if you want the name of the book, but I can't remember it right now. But she talks about how we need to complete the stress cycle. So you can't just be stressed and then just walk away and then expect to when you come back you're going to be fine, because when you come back all those stress feelings are going to come back because that cycle wasn't completed. So basically she equates it to in the wild, if a deer almost gets killed by a lion, how they shake it off, that's the movement, that's the body, okay, that's done, I'm moving on to something else. How do they just continue going on, not being fearful of every single thing that happens, every single noise, right? Because that's they have near-death experiences all the time, right? And how do they just keep going and their nervous systems are somewhat chilling? So yes, take time off when you can, but I think you have to do something mind, body, whatever you, however you show up. If working out works for you, then you need to do that. If you need a creative outlet, do some creative writing, do some crafting, do some whatever. If quality time with people is what invigorates you, do that, or vent it out, or get it out of your system, somehow complete your stress cycle. Going home and watching TV is great to numb out, but it's not going to complete that stress cycle. So you need to do something in addition to that. I'm not saying don't do that, because that is whatever, doom scroll, whatever you need to do. But you need to do something in addition. So you don't just show up and just keep ticking off, and you're well, I'm taking time off and it doesn't work.
I mean, it's like the injury that the athlete just rested but didn't do anything to correct it. So
you need to do the rehab too.
So then they come back and just starts hurting again. Well, you didn't do anything.
You put stim on and stim felt great. For the 2 days that you were off work. But you didn't do the rehab. Good admin that cares about you and advocates for help/time off. You want to read this one from Anonymous?
Anonymous says, this is a credit to my employer and head AT. I work at a D3. We get our days and hours tracked and consistently get 2 days off a week, typically 1 weekday and 1 weekend day. Oftentimes, it means we are off when our team is still there, which can take extra effort, kind of like telling a substitute teacher the lesson plan. It still runs pretty smooth, and based on what I hear, it feels rare that I only work 5 days a week in the college setting. There's always ebbs and flows, and sometimes you have to work extra days, but we get those back like a free vacation day. In the long term, I think this is a huge way to prevent burnout. It's a credit to the head AT. I heard that before he was the head, it did not work that way, so it was something he implemented when he got moved up to that position.
I remember you having an admin who did that.
Yes, right? Working at, a mid-major D1, but still a D1 institution, and she made sure that everybody had at least 1 day off during the week when they were in season, which if you were to say that at a D1, you'd be like, whoa, what the hell? How are you not there every day when your team's in season? Because everyone's there every day, right? So I think it's whoever your manager is to set the tone of because I kind of get it is nice to be there for your team when you're there, but it's also you can miss a day. They will be taken care of for a day without you there. So, I like that. I think
as long as there's continuity,
yes,
I think you have to work that out with whoever you are working with.
Yes.
I think depending, and I know that this is, I don't want to be want it to be taken wrong, because I think there is a difference between just generically not being there for your team and also choosing the times that they might not need you. So like the day before a game when they're just doing like walkthrough kind of stuff is different than like the middle, like when you're in the middle of implementing like run progressions or you know, like rehab progressions. You know, it's a lot different.
Or like an off day.
Right.
Like if your team's off, like there's no practice or anything.
Yeah, and I think the continuity, as long as you work with the people, if you just like step in and like just do all this random stuff, like yeah, I documented it, but are the people really getting their own real care?
Yeah.
You need to make it work for you and for your job. Because we're not just saying fuck your job.
Yeah, no.
I guess we're making this episode explicit.
Yes, we are. Yes, it is.
Work-life balance. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Don't let your job define you. Self-care, fill your cup. We talked about that. Meditation, working out, quality time, hobbies, getting outside. Some people said faith. Finding ways to grow in your career, staying involved. We talked about that too.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to get out of burnout? Like, do you think these coping mechanisms like work, or do you think that it's also just like a waiting game?
No, I think they work. I think the coping mechanisms work.
I think they do too. And I think, again, there's a star.
Yeah.
Because I think that some of it's also like work stuff that like unchangeable.
Yeah.
Like if you have an admin who's like a dick, like you can't just like cope yourself out of that 100%, you know?
I mean, hopefully you could like cope the things you can control, and maybe that makes it a little bit better.
Yes.
But it may not solve it if, like you said, your admin's just kind of poo-poo.
Yeah. It seems like the majority are with us. 72% said try to change things. Yeah. 28% said you just have to wait it out. And I think it depends on the situation, but I think that you definitely can. There are some things in your control.
Yeah.
Some ways you can combat those feelings. Like once you start to feel burnt out, what can you do? I actually like that these answers were a little bit different. A lot of people said prioritizing self-care.
Yeah.
Like literally you cannot skip the gym. No, I'm just kidding. But like, but like things like that. Like
it's always time for gains.
Like you have to go home and like do something. Move.
Hike.
Write, read, be creative, like do something more than doom scroll and watch TV. Take a like a fun class you've been wanting to do, or like what are those, like paint and sips or something, or like get outside.
Yeah, that's a big one. I think that one's great.
Talk it out with coworkers or your boss. Decrease phone usage actually was decently popular.
Hey, go in the mountains, get off grid. That's what we do.
That's what we do all the time. It's kind of hard to run an online platform when we go off the grid all the time. But you know, it works.
Yeah. It happens.
We're like, oh, we have no cell service. Sorry. Sorry, we did not respond to your message for so long.
We didn't get that email.
Yeah.
See, work category right there. Oh, sorry. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm in Yosemite. Sorry. I didn't get the email.
Family, friend, quality time. Use your PTO. Reconnect with work. Build that rapport with athletes. Don't think about work outside of work.
Yeah.
Reassess your boundaries. Identify what is causing it. Take back the control. A lot of these are now kind of running into the same. Let's see. Calming music, meditating. We do this every night. It has literally, and I know this is like going to sound so woo-woo, but like our dog has
felt better.
So, like changed her personality. Like she is feeling so much better. She had like a lot of health stuff going on.
It made her grumpy butt.
Yeah, she was a grumpy butt. But like we started like overnight playing 528 hertz for like healing, and like it has made our sleep
Yeah.
better. Like we have Aura rings, like our metrics are better. Like I'm sounding so woo woo right now, but like she is completely different. Like,
Yeah. I would say it's probably like how she was 2-3 years ago.
yeah. And not grumpy.
Yeah. She's
and
very playful now.
So playful and so happy. Like you can see it in her face.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she's like not in pain. Like it's great.
I mean, if anything, she has that high face sometimes.
We like look at her and we're like,
Are you high?
oh, that's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was gonna say, man, the beats are working for you.
Yeah.
Sienna S says, I'm friends with other ATs in my area, and we joke that there's nothing a dinner and drink can't fix. When we know we're having a very rough week, we don't even wait for burnout. It's time for dinner, a drink, and a rant session. Feeling supported and having a life outside of work. Being around other people who can relate to you, that 99% does wonders. Suddenly, this week wasn't that bad. It's like maintenance.
I agree. I think if you have people that understand your situation and like it helps you to know that like, oh, I'm not the only one who has to deal with some of this BS.
Right.
So that does help. Mm-hmm. We'll sometimes rant about our day. And we'll end up laughing at some point about it.
It sounds like Randy loves the tea. First of all, he makes tea all the time. So like he'll drink his tea and then like sometimes I'll join him drinking his tea, but then like we do like over the top, like the audacity.
The audacity of this kid.
Like you will never believe what happened today.
It's so true. But you know what? There are times it's just like we'll have to say, I've got a new one for you.
Oh yeah.
I've never gotten this one before.
But like I think that's the difference too, is like when you're venting, again, another star. This is the 5-star episode. How many stars have we gotten so far?
Hell yeah.
So another star, because I feel like venting, and I don't just feel like this. I've been reading some stuff about this. Venting can more often can cause you to kind of lean more into that space. So I think you have to kind of like vent
responsibly.
Vent responsibly. But also with the intention of like just sharing experience, not just like, let me see all the horrible things about my job and let me sit in them. Because I think that can shift very easily. You have to be careful, because I think like, you know, those people who are like, oh, like name 5 things you're grateful for and then you'll be more grateful, or like, you know, you'll see the positive. Like it really does change your thinking. So like when we kind of vent, it's like you have to make it like fun. You have to like you know, get it out in that way. Like share like that. I would be wary of like, go home and vent every single day and talk about how horrible your job is.
Yeah.
Lastly, I asked, what are some ways you keep your work-life balance? Since this is a really big one that people kept talking about, throwing that out. The biggest one was making plans outside of work. I think making plans literally makes you leave on time. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like you feel like you have a little bit of a leeway. I remember the day, like I would always be trying to leave exactly on time. Like when I was first certified, exactly on time. And then Randy was gone for a weekend, and I was always wondering why my coworkers would just like stay after work and like blah, blah. I'm like, what? Like, do you not want to get home?
Yeah. What are we doing?
And then Randy was gone. And then I realized like I had no rush to get home.
Yeah.
And like I stayed after work, and I was like, oh, this is why.
This is how it happens.
Yeah.
This is how they get you.
Yeah. So like if you have something to look forward to, like outside of work, like you like every Tuesday I go do acrobatic like stuff. So like that's super fun for me. So like I want to be doing that. So like I have that plan. Like I know like I cannot leave work late, because then like I'm going to be rushing at home, and then like, you know, like stuff like even like you have dinner plans. And I know like as soon as you make dinner plans, that's like when an emergency happens at work and then you're like late to those dinner plans, but it's better to be late to the dinner plans than not have them at all.
Well, also too, that's when like if it's a game day, that's when the game tends to just all of a sudden run
Go
as
to
slow
over-
as
yeah.
like your volleyball team gotten swept all year, but man, the one game night that I made a plan, all of a sudden we're at set 5. That's how it always works.
Yeah, it really is. But same thing, like even like have someone over to body double, like do
Yeah.
like while you're doing laundry, have some or on the phone or like make plans to like make dinner
Yeah.
or like if you don't want to see people, just like make plans to like make something that night or
Yeah.
like do whatever your hobby is,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Schedule yourself for the gym. Like you can't be late to work. You can't be late to the gym. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't make the rules.
Yeah. Make the rule. My gym's checking on me. They're watching
That is
me.
actually something I've really, 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 really tried to implement is
Yeah.
like, it's like, I can't be late to work. Sorry, I can't be late to home.
I can't be late to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. So like, oh, it's 6:05 and I was supposed to get off at 6. Like, hey, you can direct your questions to that person over there. I'm off work. Like, I'm going to go pack up.
Oh, I give my kids like the 10-minute warning because if they're just chilling and stuff in the room, I'm like, hey, y'all got 10 minutes.
Yeah, you
I'm
have
getting
to.
outta here.
Right. I'm like, we're about to close up. Play
Yeah.
the closing time song.
Yeah. And then finally it'll get to that time like, hey, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to hit you with the classic line of, you don't have to go home. Like, you
can't
definitely can't stay
Stay
here.
People, some of the plans that people liked were walking with friends, getting outside in general, book clubs, picnics, game nights, working out, traveling. This is something I'm actually surprised we stayed, like we waited this far into the episode, but setting up a do not disturb for your work. So like not while you're at work, but like when you're at home. So like you don't get the work emails to
Yeah.
your phone. You don't get the work, like whatever. Just like leave that at work. You can think about work tomorrow. Something that I did that on both of our phones recently that has been so helpful, like compartmentalizing, is on the iPhone you can do the focus, like you could do like do not disturb, or you could do work focus, or you could do personal focus, or you could do like whatever. We set up a work focus, so like when I get to work it automatically turns on my phone, and then when I leave work it automatically turns off, and it changes my home pages, it changes everything. So like I have my work to do like on the home screen, like the widget, and like everything, like my work email and like all the apps that I need for work, like on the home screen when I get to work. And then when I get home, like I don't have any of that on there. And then I have like one on vacation that like completely silences all my work stuff.
Yeah.
Because I do work really weird hours in the fall.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can't 100% do that in the fall, because like I text our team physicians all the time.
Yeah.
And I get off at like 1:30 or 2 p.m. in the fall on a lot of days. So like if a team doc texts me, like I'm not just going to like ignore them, like, you know, but that's like a personal decision.
Yeah.
Because usually they work till like 4 or 5, and like I don't mean to let, you know,
Yeah.
just because I work weird hours, like but yeah, it's the work focus has been really helpful, at least for me.
Yeah.
And I
No,
feel
for
like
sure.
it really
I like mine.
compartmentalizes it. Say no, keep firm boundaries. We talked about that. Some people said they also set boundaries of like how many free evaluations, like quote unquote,
man.
that they give for friends and family, which I thought was an interesting take, because I guess technically like it is work, and if you really feel like that is
Stresses
like
you.
is adding to your work, then
Yeah.
like yeah, totally like set that boundary. Don't give your personal cell phone out. Don't respond to work emails or texts after a certain time. So like 8 p.m. I'm done. Like even if you like, it doesn't have to be like that all or nothing. Like it could be like I'm not at work, but I'm still giving that leeway to like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
like I'm not responding to anything after 8 p.m. Solid. A huge one, make sure to eat your meals.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people understand like how much food and sleep affect
We
you.
need.
One of my coworkers has these really great pillars that she talks about. So like 4 pillars hold up, whatever, a structure, right? So you need those 4 pillars. Without one of them, like it all falls down.
Yeah.
Sleep, eating, hydration, stress management. Like those are the 4 basic foundation. If you don't have one of those, you're not healing. You're not you're like barely surviving.
Yeah.
Like you need these things. So what we've been doing lately is really prioritizing sleep. So
Hell yeah.
like we saw this thing that said if it's not worth getting up early for, then it's not worth staying up for. And like I'm an early bird anyway, so it's like a little bit easier. But like that procrastination bedtime, like just you're staying up for no reason. Like I'm like, okay, I will get up early so I can scroll.
Yeah.
Right. And then you end up kind of like not really scrolling much anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's different,
Hits different.
It does. And then like before I'm like, oh, like I don't need more than 7 hours of sleep. Like my body won't sleep any longer than that because I just naturally wake up. But then like now, like I think this week we've been getting like 9-10 hours of sleep, like just because we go to bed earlier. It's like, oh man, how much sleep were we missing out on?
Yeah.
And then lastly, I just want to leave you guys with encourage your coworkers time off and just create that culture, because I think as people said, like the more like the more you put it out, the more it comes back on you. Bianca A says, I always encourage my coworkers to use their days or work out during downtime or take a break and go to read a book or have some me time if time permits at work. Like if you build that culture, then it's so much easier for you to also do that. Like if you're the only one taking an actual lunch break, like it's hard because you kind of feel guilty.
Yeah.
Right. But then if like everyone else starts doing it, you're like, oh, I deserve this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think another one too is sick time. Like I feel like it's such a weird concept in athletic training, but like that's why it's there.
It is.
And if you're sick, go home.
Yeah, you're not doing anyone good.
Home.
Yeah.
Right. And so it is frustrating when you see like coworkers like powering through sickness and you're just like, it does. It makes you feel bad that you're trying to use your work right of sick days.
Also, just calm and sleep, and like it will literally make your sickness so much better. And then like you just probably need like one day. Like go home and sleep.
Yeah, I make sure my athletes, and plus too, I think it's a good model for athletes, right? Like the ones who are trying to thug it out on like they're sick, and it's like the beginning of the season. It's like, dude, why? Go home, right? And so I do think it's also a good model for them to be like, look, I was sick,
right,
and I took care of myself.
Yes,
and look at where I'm at now.
Yeah,
thumbs up.
Do you have any other thoughts about burnout that you want to leave everyone with?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything, the spectrum of it.
Yeah, it was a good update.
Yeah, it was. I would say definitely check out that episode with Erica.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good tools in there.
Yeah, she is awesome. Yeah, I mean, hopefully this. I don't know. I don't think I said it before, but something when I was working with a therapist, they said, it's going to rain. Like it's always going to rain. Not all the time, but like there will be times when it rains. There are some people who just take out their umbrella and just go to work like normal. And there's some people like you who are just like staring at the sky and be like, why is it raining? And getting so mad about it raining. And honestly, like just get your umbrella. Like figure out whatever it takes for you to get an umbrella and just like, it's going to happen. It's going to work. Like it's going to rain. can you get through those rainy days? And sometimes some people have more rainy days than others. Like here in California, we don't have that many rainy days. But, you know, like if you're living in Seattle, like you just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So like it's the same thing at work. Like you can have a job that has a lot of rainy days, or you might have a job that doesn't. But there's still
going to be rainy days.
Is there any place in this world that doesn't rain at all?
I don't think at all.
Oh, yeah, see?
I don't think, does Antarctica get rain?
That is something we're going to Google very soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as you can tell, it's very prevalent. I think normalizing talking about it and normalizing that it's temporary goes a long way. And I this might be an unpopular, might be a hot take, but like I feel like we should take it on as expected in ways, and you know that you're going to come out better on the other side.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yep, that's fair.
Instead of just being so scared of it, like, you know, the thought of getting injured doesn't stop an elite athlete.
Yeah. True.
There's some people who have no injuries and some people who are injury prone. I feel like there are so many analogies here.
Yeah, I know. That's true.
Yeah, well, we do lots of different episodes here on AT Corner. We do story episodes just like this one where we take stories from real life athletic trainers. If you never want to miss a prompt when we put them on our Instagram stories, join our new broadcast channel. It's on our Instagram page. It says submit your story in our bio. And we literally will only message you when we put the prompts up. So then you can submit your stories. We also have interview episodes where we bring on someone who is an expert in their field. And, we talk about whatever their highlight expertise is. Someone who knows their topic a lot better than we do. So, because we can't do everything justice. So we want to make sure that we're putting out the best content for you. And then lastly, Randy heads our education episodes, our CEUs. So they're good for Category A CEUs. Thank you so much to Athletic Training Chat and Clinically Pressed. And Randy reads a ton of research articles on his free time. So much. Like you guys have no idea. And we just talk about them conversationally. And then you can take a short quiz and they're good for a CEU. So hope you guys are getting a lot out of those. The latest 5 are free. The rest are really, really affordable because we want to make sure you guys have good access to them, but they also help support the show. Yeah. So, they're going to a good cause. And they help donate ice tubs or cold immersion bath things around the country to athletic trainers because our partner is super awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's all I have. Oh, I got one more thing.
Oh, nope, not bye.
Actually, if you are burnt out right now, first of all, if you made it to the end, thank you. But if you're burnt out right now, just know it's temporary. It's sucky. And I'm sorry it's raining, but we'll see some sun soon. That's all I got.
Thank you for helping us showcase athletic training behind the tape. Bye.